So this is going to be my Jurassic World review, and this review should be relatively short and sweet, which is more than you can say for the film. Hey guys, it's Chris. So I've been requested a few times to do a Jurassic World review, so I'm finally getting around to it. My apologies for not getting this out sooner, but here we go. This is not going to be some fanboy review where I say everything is great just because it's Jurassic World, because it's not. This movie sucks, honestly. If you're looking for a good PG monster movie to take your kids to go see, that's fine. But if you're looking for an in-depth, character-driven story, this ain't for you. This is basically the same movie that came out 20 years ago. You would think by now that people would figure out that by creating a dinosaur theme park on a deserted island somewhere in the middle of nowhere is not such a good idea after how it worked out the last few times. So this story revolves around the nephews of Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays the evil, detached corporate puppet who calls dinosaurs assets rather than dinosaurs and doesn't understand that they're actually animals. And of course her polar opposite in the movie is played by Pratt, who is the handsome, dreamy Navy boy who somehow became a raptor expert. Essentially these two kids get dropped off by their parents while they go through a divorce. She's supposed to look after them because she's one of the head honchos that runs this park. Being the detached corporate puppet that she is, she doesn't pay attention to them until obviously they're in trouble. In this film, apparently, dinosaurs are too boring, so they had to genetically modify and create a new dinosaur, which they call the Indominus Rex, which essentially is just a giant raptor. Since raptors became fan favorites in the last few films, they decided, okay, we'll just make the raptor bigger and we'll combine the T-Rex and raptor and call it the Indominus Rex, which if you looked at the thing immediately, you thought that it was a giant raptor. And of course, in this movie, raptors again have no feathers, but of course they explain that away, but that all dinosaurs are somehow genetically modified because they have to fill in the DNA gaps with that of frogs and other things. But this new Indominus Rex dinosaur they created has all kinds of cool abilities. He can camouflage himself, and he's smarter than everybody, and he watches Star Trek. So this guy's a little more advanced than your typical dinosaur. And of course he outsmarts him and he gets out of his cage. Didn't see that coming. So apparently he's watched 24 hours a day in this giant fortress, and he scratches up the wall, and apparently nobody saw him come out of his hiding place and scratch up the wall, so they would think that he actually climbed the wall. This of course gets the humans to go outside and investigate, and then he decides to have a quick lunch. Pratt's called in, being the dinosaur expert, who used to be in the Navy, who lives on the island fixing motorcycles in a trailer apparently. He comes in and realizes, wait a minute, this is a trap, and of course it's too late. They had conveniently opened the gate and he runs out the gate, but of course the Indominus Rex was smart enough, he actually just walked out his own gate. So he tricked the stupid humans and let him out. There were a few decent shots in this movie where you had cool vistas of dinosaurs walking the plains, a few pretty good epic shots, but that's really all you're going to get. If you decide to open a dinosaur theme park with real dinosaurs on an island, the island's a good idea, but they still always seem to create the motherfuckers that fly. I don't understand that. So once again, they figured they'd create things like pterodactyls and never figured that the big dome bird cage they built would ever be broken by the giant genetically modified raptor. And of course they get out too and cause havoc, and they're basically the only ones that really attack all the people in the main park. Somehow or another Godzilla finds his way in just the right places at just the right times to fuck with everybody that has something to do with the story. He happens to climb every other wall in the park to get to the people, of course. Now the two kids, of course, stay out and break the rules after the park discovers that the Indominus Rex has escaped, throw caution to the wind, fuck the rules, and they decide to go take off in their gyroscope mobile bubble thingy. And again, this dinosaur is always in just the right place at just the right time. So they send out a dinosaur SWAT team to capture or kill the beast, and of course bullets have no effect on it. Even 50 caliber bullets from a helicopter apparently have no effect on it, nor do explosions. So this thing has been obviously modified not only to camouflage itself, but it has the skin of Superman. And then of course you have the side plot, which is always the evil military trying to use dinosaurs now as a weapon. So apparently Private Powell from Full Metal Jacket survived the suicide attempt on Paris Island years ago, and he is now the military's liaison to trying to weaponize dinosaurs. He is trying to talk Pratt into letting him use dinosaurs as a weapon for the military, or at least test that theory, because apparently Pratt can actually train dinosaurs now, raptors specifically, like I train my German Shepherd, with a clicker.
Wait, fast.
Literally, he trains dinosaurs with a clicker. and gives them cool names like Blue, Echo, Charlie, and Delta. So as the raging monster gets out and defeats all security measures, of course, they decide that the best way to capture him is to turn dinosaur versus dinosaur. And they get Chris Pratt to agree to lead his pack of raptors to go after the beast. So they go out sniffing for it like dogs, and they find the beast, and of course ends up being a raptor, like I said in the beginning. And then of course the dinosaurs start talking to each other, and they realize, oh shit, it's part raptor too, so it's now the alpha dog of the pack, so they turn on the humans. They had made it a point to show some of the other dinosaurs. The movie was shot well. After the kids had found the old Jurassic Park in the middle of the woods, and to escape, they literally took a 30-year-old Jeep and fixed it, changed the oil, and drove out of there and got back to safety. They made it back to the main area where Mr. Indominus also got back to, of course, on this giant island that they kept making a point to show how big it was. He made his way back to the main area as well. The big showdown was not raptors versus humans this time. It was the big Indominus Rex versus humans. And then the big plot twist, old school T-Rex. Bryce Dallas Howard, who now apparently has a conscience, decides, I'm gonna go let the original T-Rex out of its cage that we still have sitting over here because he's all lonely and depressed. And I'm gonna pull out a flare, let him follow me, and they'll fight. And I know they will, and they did, of course. And T-Rex gets his ass whipped a little bit. Then he makes a big comeback in the second round and beats on Godzilla a bit before getting him just close enough so Shamu can come up and take him down underwater with one swift bite. They made a point of showing this giant alligator dinosaur thingy come out of the water and eat a shark earlier on, so you've kind of seen that was coming anyway. So in this movie, it was virtually exactly the same movie as every other Jurassic Park. They open a big park, they let people in, shit goes wrong, people die. That's essentially what you get with this. And again, I'm not trying to bash the movie because I'm a big Steven Spielberg fan. I was a Jurassic Park fan. But they've taken the same thing and rehashed it for a new generation because Hollywood is simply out of ideas. And they never seem to figure out creating some kind of dinosaur theme park that's went wrong 2 or 3 times already is not a good idea. So again, if you're looking for a PG monster movie to take your kids to go see, by all means go see it. But other than that, that's all this movie is. No different in plot from the other movies. There's no depth to the characters. There's nothing else this movie offers other than a few cool shots. Overall, this is not a good movie in my opinion. It's just another overdone Hollywood remake. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. For you Game of Thrones fans, click here for my latest video on Jon Snow and is he really dead or not in the Azor Ahai theory. And also click here for Season 5 Episode 10 review. Thanks for watching, you guys. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you see, and we'll see you next time.